If a store existed that sold superpowers, what could you buy from the discount bin? Fire lasers from your eyes that are just normal, weak, laser pointer lasers. Hey, cats would love you. Imagine if you can turn it off. Everyone would know whose ass you were looking at, and when. But if you needed to point out something in the distance, people would always be able to see what you mean. Transparency, a bit like invisibility, but you can kinda still see them. It only works half the time anyways. Static electricity. Nothing powerful of course, but just enough to make my hands into joy buzzers whenever I feel like it. I kinda want this. Right now. You need a negative ion generator. You can use a 9-volt battery, 12-volt car adapter and strap it to your leg. You're welcome. I made one and wore it on Halloween at a bar. Had people stunned. Bonus. People dare not bump into you when waiting at the bar for a drink while it's on. Flying but only an inch off the ground at walking speed. This would be excellent for navigating minefields. Or crossing pools of lava. Or rivers of lava. Or just the game where the floor is lava. Lava. Flying at an inch above a pool of lava is gonna get you roasted to death. Me. Picks up the basketball. Me. Flies to the other end and scores without being called for travel. Gets inducted into Hall of Fame. Glowing. Not exuding heat or producing high amounts of energy, just glowing. Mostly in the dark. The ability to know exactly what I want for dinner. The ability to know exactly what my wife wants for dinner is a superpower version of your discounter superpower. Visibility cloak. A bright orange poncho it is. That'd be nice for running biking on roads at night. Or really any time you would want to be wearing a high visibility vest. Always knowing the temperature of things. Maybe would only be a neat trick on dates. Aggressively slams fist on table, don't eat that. It's a little too hot. You're welcome. I imagine you could become an awesome chef. More like, those genitals are a few degrees hotter than they should be. This date is going well. I should make a move. You're not just tired, you have a fever of 103. Whatever Hawkeye has. Heartache and loss, a fine choice. Hawkeye has a half-dozen minor powers. Preternatural aim with any ranged weapon. Natural weapon master. Enhanced endurance and stamina. And when he gets bored with all of that, he goes to pester Hank Pym and misuses Pym particles. Seriously, just because Hawkeye doesn't have a flashy fuck shit up power, people assume he doesn't have a power. If you handed him a paperclip and told him to hit a fly on a wall a block away, he'd ask you which eye. Let's not forget that the Avengers score count for battles is pretty one-sided when you consider Hawkeye. Avengers battles with Hawkeye, 11 wins, 0 losses. Avengers battles without against Hawkeye, 0 wins, 7 losses. He's not going to win the battle by himself, but he'll tip every scale by just enough. Ability to tip every scale by just enough is an awesome superpower. Assuming he wasn't joking in Civil War, dude could be the greatest professional golfer of all time. Instead of the ability to shoot webs. Silly string. Your nipples become indestructible. I should warn you. I have a tiny bulletproof shield the exact size of a bullet, somewhere on my body, and if you hit it, I'll be unharmed and your plan will be foiled. You'll be the laughing stock of me, Adam West. Being able to guess how many jelly beans are in a jar. Mild mind control powers. They can't get you lots of money or power, but occasionally you can convince a bus driver to let you ride for free or get a beer on the house. So basically just being attractive. The ability to walk through walls. Only 1/4 drywall though. Invisible to blind people. But to realize anything. But it comes out of your ass. The ability to aim your flatulence. It would make it easier to fart in someone's general direction. You could even fart in someone's precise direction. Always being able to name a character, actor and the film shows they've acted in. I know, because this is my discount bin superpower. The ability to know whether or not a fart is going to smell. The ability to honk other people's car horns with your mind. The ability to see the future, but only through what the latest memes are at the time. You could just post the most popular memes a few days before, then turn that into a career on YouTube. Controlling the growth of hair on your body, never pay for another haircut again, and always have perfect hair. Having skills like the ability to draw but only from 2-3 PM once a month on a Saturday. Welcome back to my monthly Twitch stream everyone. Flash Art Hour will be starting in 5 minutes, so start submitting now if you haven't. Be able to fill out any government form, knowing exactly what each question is asking from me. You'd be wealthy overnight if you could offer this service to others. Be able to slow down time, but you slow down as well. 50% of the quirks in My Hero Academia. Seriously though, at some point you gotta think, man, this kid can control ice and fire at a thought and cause massive destruction in the blink of an eye. And I have a tail. Fucking. The girl who has invisibility but literally no control over it. Just invisible 100% of the time. Doesn't even affect your clothes. You got a streak for it to even be effective. The one-time ability to turn into a frog until someone kisses you out of it. X-ray vision that can't be turned off. The ability to raise my cholesterol at will. The ability to eat anything you want and only be moderately overweight. The ability to shoot milk from your fingers, but only 1/10th as much as you drank that day. Diamond hardness head. Criminals will have a hard time convincing people that someone beat them up with their face or that they broke their hand on someone's face. Also useful for riding a bike without a helmet. I think there's a Spider-Man villain named Hammerhead whose whole shtick is that he's a mobster and his head is indestructible. Eye color changing. Just to freak people out. That would be a great power for an actor. It lets them alter their appearance slightly while still being recognizable. You can change the color of things you touch. Red blanket. Boom, now it's blue. You know how much danger you're in at any given moment on a scale of none at all to already dead, just don't know it yet. Now, I know that sounds pretty awesome, but consider that you wouldn't necessarily know what the danger was or how to avoid it unless those things were already obvious. In which case it wouldn't be that dangerous a situation anyway, right? I'm sure somebody out there would want this power, but anyone who thought about it first would realize it's just going to make you a nervous wreck and end up with you on several anti-anxiety meds and remaining confined to your own home. The ability to comprehend languages, but you only understand one at a time and you have to choose the language at the beginning of each day. The power of influenza, the ability to give PPL the flu at will. You could buy my own favorite superpower, the ability to speak and understand any language, but only when speaking to a speaker of that language. The power to make people shit themselves. The ability to smell someone's breath and know exactly what they ate.